Good morning. Welcome to Bellingham Unitarian Fellowship. I'm Reverend Paul Beckel. Make room now. Make room for those in this room. Make room for those on Zoom. Make room for those who are bitter and afraid, the curious, the passionate, the mystified, and the reluctant. Make way here for those who are tired and rested, the magnanimous and the indefatigable. Today we gather big-hearted, hurting, and resilient. On the eve of an election, some have dreaded and others just want to be done with. We gather as a slice of America with so much in common and many differences about which we do not give a hoot. Whoever you are, wherever you are, welcome to this community which champions religious freedom and the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Visitors and everybody, please stay after for coffee and conversation. We'll get to afterward in a few minutes. And be with us tomorrow night for our monthly Taizé service. This is a quiet service with candlelight and soft music that we do every first Monday at 7 o'clock. So please be with us tomorrow at 7. We also have an event to support our Syrian refugee families, and this is going to happen, let's see, next 2 weeks from now on a Saturday evening. Ann, stand up, please. Ann's going to have more information, and hang this up, and it'll be in the midweek update, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Good morning. Whoop. Good morning. Don't have to get too close. I'm Drew Betts. I'm happily the herder of cats of the auction. I'll just call it that. We had a great night last night. How many of you, if you attended, raise your hand. Woo! Look at all those people. We're happy to say that I don't have the final totals yet because we're still making some adjustments, but we're what we call north of $30,000 that we raised. Yeah. And that does not include the amazing anonymous donors match for the paddle call, which is going to come out at about $15,000 in all with that match. So, yeah, couple things. Check your invoices that you got. I found a couple little funny things that they're correcting for me on mine. So look over, make sure everything that you got is what you paid for. We're still doing some bidding downstairs, correct, Lynn? Lynn, are we still doing bidding downstairs? Absolutely. There's opportunities after the service to bid on some more items, and thank you everyone for your donations, your time, for coming and having fun. We love you all.
Please join us now for our gathering song, number 347, Gather the Spirit. Number 347 in your gray hymnal.
I marked yours with Kleenex. That was for me.
Gather
Good morning. I'm Sue Livingston, today's celebrant. In this time of doing what we can, of feelings deep and turbulent, of waiting for what comes next, still we love. Still we light our flaming chalice, our symbol of Unitarian Universalist tradition. And as we do, chalices are being lit in congregations across this country and around the world, as they have for decades. Steadfast light to guide our path forward. Now please join me in saying our covenant. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service gives it life. Celebrating our diversity and joined by a quest for truth, we work for peace and honor all creation. This is our covenant. And now we have a story.
Probably. Good morning. My name is Vanessa Lott. I use she, her pronouns, mother of Sahali and Arrow, and I get to read the story this morning. Say it. It was a golden, windy autumn day. The leaves swirled around in the air and on the ground as the little girl and her mother walked down the road. The little girl ran ahead, kicking up the leaves and then running back and pulled at her mother's hand. Say it, she said. Come on, say it. It's a wild, wondrous, dazzling day, said her mother, laughing. No, not that, said the little girl. Just then, a small black kitten scampered down a driveway and stood paw deep in a pool of orange and brown leaves. What a black little cat you are, said the mother. The little cat curved its paw and went scrambling away in a scurry of leaves. The mother and her little girl went scuffling and scrunching around the curve. They came to a small pond. The wind quieted down, and the trees in the water were still. But as they watched, the wind began again, and the trees in the pond shivered into a million zigzagging streaks of color. Look, the little girl said. I am, said the mother. I'm looking. The little girl tugged at her hand. Come on, say it, she said. It's magic, said her mother. It's a golden, shining, splendiferous day. No, said the little girl, that's not what I mean. They walked along, swinging hands. The clouds were gray-purple with sun behind them. The little girl looked sideways at her mother, waiting for her to speak. A big dog came leaping out of the field, barking at them. Nice boy, said the little girl, and he ran over to be patted, wagging his big tail so it swept up a spray of leaves from the ground. Say it, the little girl said, looking straight at her mother as their hands met in the dog's long fur. Nice dog, good dog, said the mother. Fine boy, what amber eyes you have. No, said the little girl. A piece of fluff from some milkweed floated by. The little girl caught the fluff in her fingers. Look, she said to her mother. It's lovely, her mother said, a floating cloud full of seeds. They walked on past the brook flowing down from the pond. It bubbled over mossy green rocks and made a muttering water sound that drowned out the crunch-scrunch of their steps. A few steps more and they came to their own road through the meadow and turned up the lane leading to their house. Smoke was coming out of the chimney, which meant the little girl's father had made a fire to welcome them home. Wild asters bent from side to side in the wind. The leaves blew in swirling circles over their heads. It blew the little girl's hair straight up, and the mother's as well. It made them both laugh. The little girl ran up to her mother and flung her arms around her. The purple clouds blew into the chimney smoke. The leaves swirled around them, and the mother picked up the little girl. "Say it," shrieked the little girl. "Say it, say it, say it." "I love you," said her mother. "I love you, I love you, I love you." And she twirled around and around with the little girl in her arms until they were both dizzy. "That's what I wanted you to say," said the little girl. "That's what I've been saying all the time," her mother said, laughing. And she let the little girl slip gently to the ground and took her hand as they walked up the steps to their door.
Thank you, Vanessa. And now we're going to sing as our kids go off to their classrooms. Watch them go. So innocent. What can we do to protect them? Their health, emotional stability, their budding sense of agency and integrity. How do we hold them in our love? Let's start with safety. Today, toward the end of the service, the fire alarm will go off, and we will practice looking out for one another. This isn't about any of us as individuals getting out of the building, but all of us tuned in to the needs of those with limited mobility, those who are new and disoriented, those who panic. What do we do? First and foremost, we do not run into a burning building. Parents, please know that while we exit the building from this side, all of the kids, escorted by at least 3 teachers who are there every week, they'll go down a fire-safe stairwell, then come around the building and meet us. We'll all be meeting in the same place across I Street. If you're here in the sanctuary, we'll go directly to and across I Street via this door, which has a ramp, or that door, which does not have a ramp, it has stairs. We will not go through that door or that door because you can't get out that way. So help each other out. It's not necessarily easy to have the presence of mind. When you get there to our gathering area, please stay until we get an all-clear announcement. If you walk away or get in your car, even if you're here for the first time, you are going to make the people who are around you right now, who know you are here, very nervous, and maybe to even urge firefighters to go back inside to find you. So please stay. Right now, look around and do this every day. You won't usually be thinking about fire, but day after day, we know who's around us. We do this to convey our gladness at one another's presence. Note that throughout the sanctuary here, we have some open spaces for maneuvering walkers and wheelchairs. Please leave those spaces open for those who need them. But people who have limited mobility or other limited ability to respond, and I'm including people not just in walkers and wheelchairs, and you're everywhere. So if you do need a ramp, come here, and maybe on a regular basis sit toward the front so you can get there and not have to fight the flow the other direction. So pay attention, give hands and help to one another, and at the very least, never block the aisles with chairs during services or at any time. The drill itself should only take a few minutes, and we're aiming for a shorter service today, maybe. So you can gather again as usual for coffee hour. Again, parents, do not go into the building. If your coat is inside, do not go in. Don't even try, because the doors are going to be blocked anyway. You might ask, how can you block us in? What if there's a fire? Well, you know the drill.
Big-hearted and hurting. The very idea that our country appears to be in a race neck to neck for heart or hate, yeah, that hurts. I've been tossing around in my news scrolling, searching for an inner way forward, as it's been so hard to imagine anything beyond Tuesday. To get past my vision of duality, that either I will break into song on an alpine meadow, or my world will avalanche off a cliff. Both hold truth and not the whole truth. My rock has become the question, what will be essential whatever happens? What will sustain big-heartedness, hope, care for one another, and this wondrous world and soul preservation? And the one thing I can imagine as essential either way is resilience. Resilience, the capacity to adapt to adversity and overcome circumstances that seem insurmountable. To carry on regardless. Resilience means more than just enduring. It draws on courage, persistence, and empathy to be solution-oriented instead of doom-oriented. Community and joy give it fuel. It's a mindset that looks to transform challenges into opportunities. And whatever happens next week, that's a path I can walk. Please rise as you're able and join us in singing Winds Be Still, hymn 83 in the teal book.
In the gray book.
In the gray book, excuse me.
Number 83. Let's do that together. I've been doing this for so long. I don't know why I'm just feeling nervous today. Maybe I'm channeling some nerves that are a little prevalent. Let's begin our meditation with these words from my colleague Mark Bellatini. Election promises. Maybe you've already voted, but in many places, the polls will open Tuesday. Others, I believe, are open every day, every hour, even here, even now. Right now, I am going to vote for the robin's egg sky, the vanilla clouds, the purple shadow spreading under the ginkgo tree. I am going to vote for tulips and redbuds. I'm going to vote for love that does not have to run in someone else's circles in order to be love. I'm going to vote the homeless into homes. I'm going to vote the uneducated into classrooms that teach them in the way that they learn best, not the way that would be most convenient. I'm going to vote the sick into healing. I'm going to vote the lost into belonging. I'm going to vote right now for the right to dream of a world where the word politics doesn't stop me in my tracks, and where the word honor still has a few good meanings left. I'm going to vote right now for the power of free people to actually be free, no matter who they are, no matter who has abandoned them, no matter who hates them. I actually am going to vote for love. I'm going to vote for truthfulness as the norm, not the exception. I'm going to vote for a world that doesn't vote for killing, control, and swagger. I'm going to vote for you. I'm going to vote for me right now, right here, silently, but for real. I do not know how long ago Mark wrote that, probably 15 years or so. Barbara's nodding her head back there. How many times since then have we said the polls open Tuesday, but we can vote, we will vote here and now every day. Today, tomorrow, Tuesday, and every day thereafter, let's do it. Let's elect to be guided by love. And let's say it, say it, say it, say it. Say it with words. Say it with our silent appreciation for the glories all around us. Let's say it with enthusiasm when we can, or when that is particularly hard, by yielding to the composure of someone nearby. When we join with them, then there are two. Two inviting three, and still more into courage and resolve. By composure or spirit, I do not mean passivity. I mean being focused on what in any given moment is called for. To do nothing when doing nothing is better than doing something. To de-escalate the angry, to empower the fearful. Not that we can respond perfectly in every moment of stress, but whenever possible, may we recall ourselves to our ideals. To breathe, and to listen, to ask, what does love call me to do? Am I perpetuating negativity around something that doesn't really matter? We will be here next week for each other, and the week after that, and the week after that, and after that, and the week after that too. But what, you may ask, what if I don't need support on any given week? We will be here for those who do. I invite you now to call to mind someone who has personified resilience for you, who has been a model of waiting and doing and re-emerging again and again. Who is that has personified or instilled within you the ability to wait and to do and to come back again and again? Why don't you go ahead and call out names? Bless them as they have blessed us. We need one another. And so 2 weeks from now, Indivisible Bellingham invites all to a gentle, welcoming evening to explore the grief, sadness, and division that so many of us have felt for months. And as the election approaches, 3 panelists will guide us toward healing and resilience. Everyone is welcome to this free event. It will be held here at Buff. Bring a friend, bring all your friends, and don't look now, but the details are in the order of service. There is an alarm on your order of service that if you open it right now, don't. What I'm going to say now will not fit the simplistic notion of a time of meditation. But the point of meditation is not running away to some la-la land. It's about training to remain present even when things are going awry. So, a week from tomorrow, we are having a training from a police officer on what to do were there to be an intruder here intending to cause us harm. The timing on this is not at all intentional. Our safety and security team has been trying to schedule this for months. Again, don't look now, but there are more details in your order of service. Let's close with these words of June Jordan, a poem for South African women. Fitted for this day. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are not perfect, but we are perfectly fitted to this day. We are not without fault, but we can be honest to face our past as we chart a new future. We are the ones we've been waiting for. May we be bold and courageous to chart that new future. May we have faith in a future that is not known. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Amen. I'd like to invite you to stand for this song. Sing, you'll get a cue, you'll get a clue right away what your part is. Doesn't matter if you're in tune. Doesn't matter if you're in rhythm. Just say it. We're going to say it. We're going to sing it. On the heaviest day, on the bitterest night, still I will love, still I will love. When I'm tired and hungry and we're in a fight, still I will love, still I will love. As we change and we grow and we ripen and rot, still I will love, still I will love. When nothing turns out quite the way that we thought, still I will love, still I will love you. When I'm scared to lay bare all the pain in my chest, still I will love, still I will love. At our bravest and weakest, our worst and our best, still I will love, still I will love. When we lose all our hair and our teeth and our minds, still I will love, still I will love. When the scenery falls and I mess up my lines, still I will love, still I will love.
I make a promise.
I make a promise.
I make a vow.
I make a vow.
everyone right now.
When the world tries to tear us apart at the seams, when life makes it hard to keep chasing our dreams, when we're messy and weepy and feeble and old, we don't have a clue what our future will hold. Still I will love, 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 still I will love.
Let's continue to build community together. We make a collection every week, knowing that we have people here who have more than plenty, and we have many here who have far less than plenty. Let's join in generosity in whatever generosity can work for us. Will the ushers come forward? Okay, who's the calm one out there? There's one. All right, Carrie. Okay, let's all gravitate around Carrie. Well, Dominique is, and so there's two, and I know that there will be more and more. Thank you for your generosity today and all of the ways that you bring the generosity and the spirit of this congregation to the world beyond our walls. Not all of us are calm, but when we are, for a glimpse here and there, it doesn't mean we're going to be passive. Let's sing together our closing song, number 1028 in the Teal hymnal, Not Passively at All. That's 1028, the fire of commitment. From the light of days remembered, with a vision bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and
share a poem written by a woman that lived more than I will ever know about resilience. American poet, memoirist, civil rights activist, artist in many fields, and so much more, Maya Angelou. Gary Young, a Guardian writer, put it this way: to know her life story is to simultaneously wonder what on earth you have been doing with your own life and feel glad you didn't have to go through half the things she has. The poem's called Continue, and I invite you to join me in speaking the refrain, continue, and I'll give you a gesture. Continue by Maya Angelou. My wish for you is that you will continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of your tender heart. Continue in a society dark with cruelty to let the people hear the grandeur of God in the peals of your laughter. Continue to let your eloquence elevate the people to heights they had only imagined. Continue to remind the people that each is as good as the other and that no one is beneath nor above you. Continue to remember your own young years and look with favor upon the lost and the least and the lonely. Continue to put the mantle of your protection around the bodies of the young and the defenseless. Continue to take the hand of the despised and diseased and walk proudly with them in the high street. Some might see you and be encouraged to do likewise. Continue to plant a public kiss of concern on the cheek of the sick and the aged and the infirm, and count that as a natural action to be expected. Continue to let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to. Say your nightly prayer and let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good. Continue to ignore no vision which comes to enlarge your range and increase your spirit. Continue to dare to love deeply and risk everything for the good thing. Continue to float happily in the sea of infinite substance, which set aside riches for you before you had a name. Continue, and by doing so, you and your work will be able to continue eternally. Oh, and now let's circle round. We can do an inner and an outer circle.